Snapchat TV. Subscribe.
He has also talked about it. That left hook is so good, and it's so long and so precise and so hard, but
What's going on, people? It's Backchat TV, and I'm back with another big fight. This is Benavidez Andrade versus Benavidez, the older brother, not the younger brother. Or is he the younger brother or the older brother? I can't remember. But anyway, I don't know if he's older or younger. But his other brother is fighting on the card as well, which is quite interesting. So, yeah, definitely an interesting night of boxing. This is on the 25th of November, my birthday. I'm definitely going to be watching this. And it's a difficult fight, this one. I'm actually excited for the fight. I think it's going to be a slow burner, not the fight itself, but the lead up to the fight, because people know Benavidez, not that many people know Andrade. So there's going to be people who think that Andrade is just someone who doesn't really deserve a shot and has no chance of winning. People who don't really know boxing that well. And then there's going to be people who know boxing a bit better, a little bit more than casual fans will know that Andrade has a real chance of winning. It's just that he doesn't have a proven chance of winning, if you see what I mean. He's quite a difficult person to analyse, because for some reason he hasn't had many fights, and he's quite late into his 30s now, I believe. He just one of those people who didn't get a chance to fight the top contenders. Some people say it was because he was avoided. Some people say that it was because of his management issues. Either way, he struggled more than most to get top fights. That's for certain. And as a result, he's made it difficult to make a prediction. Personally, I think he's got a lot of skills. Andrade, I've watched him. He's got a lot of skills. His advantages are going to be his reflexes. He's much quicker than people think. His timing is great. He's and he does have punching power. But if you was to ask me, name his biggest fights, I can't even name. I don't even think I can name one of his fights. I mean, this is really bad. Quigley. I saw the fight when he fought that guy, Quigley. That was a good stoppage. But obviously, who is Quigley? People are going to say. But he looked good in that fight. He fought another Polish guy whose name completely eludes me. He looked quite dominant in that fight. And there's a few other fights I've seen him in, I can't remember their names. This is in total contrast to Benavidez, who has fought much better competition, especially recently, fighting Plant. But you can name a lot more people that Benavidez has fought, and you can see that, he's looked very dominant in his fights, and he's got the stoppage in a lot of his fights, whereas Andrade is only recently starting to get more stoppages, whereas before he was kind of landing great shots, but he wasn't really getting the finish. So I don't know what that really means. What's their advantages? Well, Andrade, I believe he's a southpaw. He's got a really good jab. I feel like he's got a really good jab, and his long range game is really good. He's got a really nice looping hook that he often lands. It's very accurate, it's very fast, and it comes from a very strange angle. I could see him catching Benavidez with that, because Benavidez, although he has good defense, he does have a tendency to leave himself open, and Andrade, I think, can definitely catch him with these shots. But can Andrade take, the pressure of Benavidez? I'm not sure. Benavidez does some really good things in there. I like the way he pressures. I like his short shots on the inside. They're really fast and crisp and very hard. I think once you start getting hit with those short shots that he throws, people often become quite gun shy, and I could see that happening to Andrade, and then being pushed back and being on the back foot. And although Andrade is very dangerous on the back foot, because he can land shots going backwards and then suddenly pile the pressure on if he catches you, he may end up just getting pushed against the ropes, and Benavidez, being slightly bigger man, kind of doing a Caleb Plant on him, where he just, pressures him against the ropes, high volume shots, hard shots, and Andrade may not be able to find that one shot that he looks for, because he doesn't really throw in combinations, whereas Benavidez throws a lot more shots. Probably 3 shots to maybe Andrade's 1 shot. I don't know if that's going to play a factor in the fight. Either way, this is a difficult fight to call. Andrade is the underdog, but he's a very extremely capable underdog. It's not like an underdog who hasn't really got much chance of winning, or has got a punch chance or something. It's nothing like that. I've heard a lot of pros who rose up the ranks with him, especially in the amateurs, like Sean Porter. They speak of Andrade as being one of the best up-and-coming fighters at the time. Even Sean Porter, he was speaking about the fact that he's surprised that Andrade hasn't become this superstar, because this is what they all thought of him in the amateurs, and he's not the only person to say this about Andrade. So I think it may just be the fact that Andrade has just never got the opportunity, and this is his opportunity now. I feel happy for him that he's getting this shot, because although some people may say he doesn't deserve it because of the competition, I think he deserves it because of his obvious skill level. He was meant to be up there. He's definitely a top fighter. He just has to prove how good he is, and he hasn't had that chance. So I do give him that. But at the same time, I feel quite bad about his situation, the fact that he hasn't had these top fights. He hasn't had exposure. This is his first top fight, and I feel like if he loses, he might just be finished. I don't mean that in a negative way, but if he loses, it's gonna just like the fans that he doesn't have will disappear, if that makes sense. I don't see him coming back from a loss, because he hasn't done anything really up until this point, and most people are thinking that he doesn't even deserve to be here because they haven't seen much of him. So then if he loses, that just basically that would just confirm in most people's minds that Andrade is really overrated, and I don't think he would get, if he didn't look good against Benavidez, I don't think he would get a shot against a Caleb Plant or a Charlo or one of these other fighters, and I just would see him struggling again to get a top fight, and at his age maybe just become obscure, completely obscure, and I wouldn't like to see that happen, because he is a talent. It's unfortunate that he hasn't had the chance to show his skills up until now against a top fighter, but he's got the chance now. If he wins now, it will catapult him into stardom. Obviously, he'll get the chance to fight Canelo, and amazing paydays all round, but also getting some recognition, and that's really what he's been looking for. I mean, I actually watched the press conference, and it was a strange energy. He didn't seem really determined. He seemed extremely happy to finally just be in a big fight. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because when it gets tough in there, and it will get tough against Benavidez, because Benavidez has not come to lay down, I don't want Andrade to just be happy that he didn't get knocked out, or just be happy that he finally got a big payday, because he seemed to me to have this energy like, I'm a winner even if I lose. Do you see what I mean? He didn't seem to have that energy like, no one's giving me a chance, like that bitter energy. He's bitter against everyone, and he wants to demolish everyone. He never got a chance to fight these fights because they avoided him, and he didn't really say much about that. He just seemed to be happy to be there, happy to finally make it in a big fight. And I don't know if that's a good energy or not. At the same time, he looked relaxed. He didn't look nervous. And I think that can be just as dangerous, because Andrade has been saying he's always believed he's the best. And he once said that he doesn't even really feel that much nerves and stuff. So maybe maybe we're just looking at someone who's the best, and we're just going to all be shocked. Andrade may beat Benavidez easily, go on to beat Canelo easily. Who knows? I doubt that will happen, but maybe Benavidez, he may beat him, but he's got 2 tough fights if he was to get through this one, I can tell you that. Who's going to win? The smart money has to go on Benavidez, just more proven. He's looking sharp, he's looking very motivated for this fight, and he's just done more. There's just more on him to analyse and to speak about. But definitely Andrade is an extremely live dog, a champion in his own right. Anything can happen. You know, it's a very difficult fight to pick. But as you know, on this channel, I never sit on the fence. I'm going to make a prediction. Even up until now, I don't know who I'm going to choose. But I think I have to go with Benavidez, even though I wanted to go with Andrade. I love an underdog story. I kind of want Andrade to win because I love an underdog story. Because I feel like he's never got the opportunity. He's not Mexican as well. Because Mexicans get behind Mexicans. And they become, if they're good fighters, they become superstars. But there's a lot of fighters, the non-Mexican fighters who don't have, you know, a solid fan base. You know, it's quite, some can be a little bit difficult for them. If you look at Terence Crawford, you know. But I have to go with Benavidez. Just more proven. He looks sharp in training. I love the little short shots. I love the way he's working on his power as well. He's increasing his power. He's increasing his speed. He looks fit, because I think sometimes he can struggle with his fitness. I mean, to me, just looking at both of them, the eye test, Benavidez seems more determined. I feel like he's been waiting for this shot at Canelo for so long. He does not want to let this go, and he just seemed completely up for this fight. And Andrade, definitely, I feel like he also is, but he didn't really show it. So again, I can't make much of a judgment on his body language. He didn't really show that intensity that he wants to win, so I can't say much on him, and that's unfortunate. I can't say much about what he showed, as opposed to Benavidez showing more determination, and then I can't say much about him because he hasn't fought much competition. So my hands are tied on Andrade. Unfortunately, I have to go for a Benavidez win. I don't think he'll win by stoppage. I think it will go the distance, and it will be a great fight. Let me know what you think. I'm on to the next one.
I said, guess who's back? Man, guess who's back? I said, guess who's back?